This right here is exactly what you need to learn to make money from crypto. Stick until the very end of this video to get a clear and broader picture of how exactly the market mechanics work and how you can make money off it. First things first, learn about the Bitcoin halving cycle. Historically speaking, every time Bitcoin has halved, we have seen a crypto bull run that has at least lasted for a few years. The last Bitcoin halving started in the April of 2024, signaling to us that we might see another crypto bull run. Remember that this indicator is a trigger and not the peak for the next crypto bull run. Let me set one thing clear. If you do not have hundreds of $1,000s invested into crypto market right now, then you are not going to get rich by just buying and holding Bitcoin. Yes, I know it sounds a bit harsh as compared to other traditional crypto advices that you might get from other influencers, but this is the truth. You're not going to get rich in crypto by just holding your Bitcoin. You need to deploy other strategies, invest into other altcoins, invest into Ethereum, understand market cycles, understand how the liquidity flows, and make decisions off of that. Don't worry, I'm going to show you all of that into this video, which should give you a good starting point on how you can make a strategy for yourself to make money in crypto. Bitcoin moves slow. I mean, it's a $2 trillion market cap asset. Of course, it's going to move slow, but then all the gains happen early and then flatten. It is an asset that is great for preserving wealth, but we are here to make more wealth, not just store our $5,000 savings into Bitcoin and then forget about it. We are here to make $100,000, $200,000 with, let's say, $5,000 or $10,000 or whatever size your portfolio may be. And that is the exact reason why we are going to start off with first buying some Bitcoin. I know this sounds a bit contrary to what I just suggested in the initial part of the video, but keep patience, hear me out. This all is going to make sense very soon. Try and imagine this for a second. Think of crypto market as a huge wave. When this wave starts, first it hits Bitcoin, the second thing it hits is Ethereum, and finally altcoins. Your only job is to surf on this wave rather than drown in it. If you're going to surf on it, you're going to make immense amount of money, and if you're going to drown in it, then you will be losing all your money plus your gains. So how does this wave look like and how are you going to ride it? Well, the very first thing you are going to have to take a look at is BTC dominance as compared to the whole crypto market. You can check the BTC dominance on TradingView by just typing btc.d, which should open this chart up. Right now BTC dominance is on the rise and it's sitting at 64.49%. At its peak, BTC dominance was sitting at 65%, after which it crashed to 62% and it's again on the rise. So what do you do? Remember that I told you guys to start off first with holding and buying Bitcoin. You have to keep on doing that at least until the BTC dominance is on the rise. For example, if this chart slowly creeps up to 65%, 66% and then so on and so forth, you keep holding on to your BTC as well as on to your profits. After which, once BTC starts to flatline, meaning it starts to consolidate into a set range, that is when you stop buying and think of selling your BTC. Of course, I'm not telling you to sell 100% of your Bitcoin, but remember, we are here to make money and taking profits is as important as entering into decent trades. Now on to the next step. Once Bitcoin dominance starts to consolidate in a set region, that is when you start to sell some of your BTC and rotate your profits into Ethereum. Remember, we are not going to put our BTC profits into any other tokens out there. We are going to rotate our Bitcoin profit back into Ethereum. And important thing, you only do this when Bitcoin dominance chart consolidates in one region. At this point, if you have taken slow and careful steps, you should be up at least anywhere from few percentages to double-digit returns on your investment. While you're rotating your profits or your money from Bitcoin to Ethereum and to other assets, please always keep this picture in your mind. If you want, you can take a screenshot, of course, but understand the flow. We are right now at the stage 2 of our strategy execution. First, we bought BTC, we rotated our profits into Ethereum. So what do you do after you have bought some Ethereum? Do you just keep on to it forever? Well, that is not a good thing, because in this market, Ethereum is one of the tokens that has underperformed a lot as compared to BTC and other crypto assets. So what do you do? Well, you slowly and steadily keep dollar cost averaging into Ethereum. Here too, we are going to follow the same playbook as Bitcoin. Once Ethereum starts to consolidate in a set region, that is when you start to take a look at the Ethereum DeFi ecosystem. ecosystem. You would ask me why specifically the Ethereum DeFi ecosystem? Well, because Ethereum's DeFi ecosystem is housed to the giants such as Lido, Aave, Eigenlayer, Spark, Ethena, Pendle, Uniswap, etc. On here, you don't just take a look at these protocols on the Ethereum DeFi ecosystem, but you take a look at the tokens that these teams are offering. For example, the Aave token, the Lido token, the Ethena token, Pendle token, Uniswap token, so on and so forth. Once you are up a decent bit on your Ethereum, and once Ethereum starts to consolidate, that is when the liquidity is going to flow from the Ethereum token to its counterparts, that is the protocols on the Ethereum DeFi ecosystem such as Aave, Pendle, Uniswap, etc. These tokens can also be called as altcoins. I have shown this exact flow in this whiteboard, where first we invested into BTC, the dominance keeps on rising, we are into profits, sell our profits or some portion of the BTC to rotate into Ethereum. We profit off of Ethereum, it consolidates in a region, you take more profits and then you rotate those profits back into altcoins. And that is generally how the liquidity into the crypto market flows, and you too have to exactly follow this strategy to make money off crypto. Now, you don't just buy tokens of Lido, Aave, Pendle, Uniswap, you are going to actively participate into these protocols. Well, you would ask me, how do you do that? Then let's take the example of Uniswap here. Uniswap is one of the biggest decentralized exchanges on the Ethereum network and a bunch of other networks as well. On Uniswap, you're going to take some portion of your Ethereum and some of your stable coins and stick it into liquidity pools such as USDC ETH or ETH paired with other liquid stake tokens such as wrapped staked ETH. This strategy is going to yield you anywhere from a 5% APR to a 25% APR depending on the volumes and the fees generated from the pools. If you want to learn more about yield farming, I have made dedicated videos. Make sure you check them out on my channel. While you're checking my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video. And if there are topics which you want me to make a video on, make sure you let me know in the comments section. Similar to Uniswap, you can also participate in other protocols such as Aave, which is a lending and borrowing protocol, Eigenlayer, which is an Ethereum liquid restaking protocol, Lido, which is a liquid staking protocol, so on and so forth. Check for defilama.com/chain/Ethereum if you want to check out these protocols. What I personally do after taking a look at DeFiLlama is I go to either CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, scroll and find for cryptocurrencies that seem undervalued or interesting. For example, AVAX, which is also a layer 1 blockchain, they too have a DeFi ecosystem which is pretty underrated. For example, Faro Exchange, which is Avalanche's biggest decentralized exchange, earning a shit ton of fees for users on Avalanche. You could take a look at the Faro token, for example. Similarly, you can also take a look at other ecosystems like the Ethereum DeFi ecosystem. Arbitrum DeFi ecosystem also has lots of underrated protocols that have their tokens live. For example, GMX, Fluid, Ostium, so on and so forth. You get the gist. What our strategy or liquidity flow is going to be: you use your stable coin to buy Bitcoin, rotate your profits into Ethereum, use the Ethereum bot or the profits to generate yield on, and from the profits of doing all of these things, you put your money into altcoins. Once altcoins have a run, what you do is take profits to back into stable coins ready to be deployed into new opportunities or buying BTC dips or Ethereum dips, etc. And if you want to learn more about crypto DeFi or yield farming, then make sure you check these videos.